Hey guys, what's up? It's Ambush here with another Apex Legends video, and today I'll be showing you 10 advanced tips and tricks for Bangalore in Apex Legends Season 10. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get right into it. Tip number 1 is that you should always smoke your enemies instead of you and your team. That way, the enemy's vision is obstructed, and you and your team are free to watch them and make sure that they don't run out of the smoke. It's also really good for covering pushes or rotations. Tip number 2 is that Bangalore's ultimate ability actually doesn't go in a circular formation. It goes in like a straight line sort of pattern from where Bangalore throws in the indicator, like this diagram shown on screen. Tip number 3 is that Bangalore's ultimate ability is a really good tool that you can use to prevent third parties or zoning, just to keep a team away from you if you don't want them to push. See, we were fighting this team in front of us, and then I saw a team come from behind and kill my rampart. So I figured out my ultimate ability just to hold them off for a little bit, and then we repositioned and turned around to fight them. Tip number 4 is that Bangalore's ultimate ability does 40 damage per missile, and it also stuns the enemy. So if someone gets hit by your ultimate ability, they're left really vulnerable because their movement is slowed and their vision is really foggy. So if they're left in the open and stunned, it's a really good chance for you to focus fire them because you can get the elimination quite easily. Tip number 5 is that when you're playing Bangalore, you should always try and carry a digital threat as often as you can, because it's so useful when you're pushing in on a team and you've smoked them. It's really difficult to find them sometimes, so if you use your digital threat, you can pinpoint exactly where they are, and they won't be able to see you if you're in the smoke, and then you can get some quick, easy shots off without them knowing that you're there. Tip number 6 is that Bangalore smoke grenades are the perfect way to cover when you and your team are pushing in on another squad. If you throw it on the smoke, they won't be able to see you, and you can hopefully push in unnoticed. And even if they do notice you, you will be at the huge advantage because they won't be able to see where you are. Tip number 7 is that when you're being chased by a team as Bangalore, you can ult in front of yourself and then run through it, because if you run through it quick enough, you will not get hit by the missiles, but if the enemies try and follow you, they will most likely get hit by them because they won't have enough time to get through. As you can see, I barely made it through right when the missiles were exploding, so if enemies had chased me, they wouldn't have made it. Tip number 8 is that you can use your smoke grenades to cover a rotation if you're being held in the ring by a team, or just in general need to get to better positioning. You can use your smoke grenades to sort of cover the rotation for you and your team, and hopefully make it there safely. Tip number 9 is that you should try and smoke your teammates whenever they need it. If they're in a really bad situation and need some cover fire, throw smoke on them and then give them as much cover fire as you possibly can. As well as if you need to revive one of your teammates, throw down the smoke so that the enemies will not be able to see you if they push in, say if it's a third party. It'll take them a second to find you in the smoke, and hopefully by then you've pulled off the revive. Bangalore tip number 10. Some people don't actually know about this. When you're playing Bangalore and you start using a healing item, you can actually use your smoke grenade still. So if an enemy is chasing you around the corner or something, you can throw down the smoke just so that they can't see you immediately, and hopefully you pop the shield battery or phoenix kit or whatever item you're using. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I'll catch you next time. See you!